Everything y'all niggas do, I don't do. I do the other thing. Everything y'all niggas go across the street that way, I'm going up. Holla at your boy. I do other things, man. I don't do what y'all niggas do. I don't do what niggas do. I don't watch niggas' money. I don't care. I just do what I do.
The rap game just got even messier, and this time, Jim Jones is the one taking the hit. After years of slick talk and ego-driven interviews, Tony Yayo, 50 Cent's most loyal G-Unit soldier, finally called him out in a way that had the entire internet laughing. What started as another one of Jim's "I'm that guy" moments quickly flipped into pure embarrassment once Yayo stepped in and shut him down. Here's what went down. Jim Jones showed up on a recent podcast, sliding in subtle shots at 50 Cent. He tried to play it cool, acting like the Harlem boss who's moved past all the old beef. He downplayed G-Unit's name, claimed they were no longer relevant, and even said 50's only still hot because of his TV empire. But if you know Yayo, you already know he doesn't let that slide. That's not just loyalty, that's family. The second Jim brought up 50's name, Yayo fired back, calm, focused, and deadly. On a fiery livestream, Yayo didn't yell or rant. He dismantled Jim with calm precision and insider receipts no one else could touch. He said, "Jim talks like he's that guy, but back in the day he was begging 50 for features, begging. Don't let that gangster act fool you." That one line? Straight legendary. The internet went wild. Fans saying, Yayo cooked him clean. No lies told.
Well, a lot of, me from the hood, so people look at Bleak and don't understand the business he's doing. They always look at Jay like, oh, yeah.
But that's why, that's why you got like Yayo talking about, Jay don't take care of. I don't need Jay to go on tour.
Yo, smoke hard coke, yo.
Yo, chill.
You look like you need to be taken care of. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo.
You do need that.
You might need 2 ounces, nigga.
That's why
Paid in full movie, nigga. I got a G for every bump in your face, nigga. I promise you that, nigga. I promise you that, nigga.
That's why he worried about
Peon, you broke, nigga. You know I got it, nigga. What's up? The bag is up. The bolsa.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Flea, where the bolsa at, Flea?
Let me finish that off. Ain't nobody taking care of over here, B. Yo, nah, you good, my nigga. I fucking love it. They deserve it. They need to hear this shit, man, because they bugging out here. All these niggas worrying about who taking care of who. We take care of we. Ain't no who nigga. Take care of who, nigga. You know who doing it. We live. We getting money.
Nigga. We take care of everybody, nigga. We take care of each other, nigga.
That's a fact, my G. But linking back up with you, Jim, we missed out on a lot of opportunity, bro. But we ain't gonna miss it out going forward. We need to put some pain together, bro.
Don't lie.
But Yayo wasn't stopping there. He pressed even harder. He called out Jim for playing both sides, pretending to be cool with G-Unit while secretly throwing shots behind closed doors. According to Yayo, Jim used to reach out to 50's team asking for songs, features, and tour slots. But when those doors didn't open, he flipped the script and started talking reckless just to stay relevant. Yayo kept it real. Ain't no such thing as fake loyalty in this game. You either solid or you not. That line hit deep because if there's one thing everyone knows about Yayo, it's that he's been riding with 50 since day one. Through every beef, lawsuit, and industry freeze-out, he never switched sides. So when he called Jim out like that, the whole internet felt it. Fans started digging up old clips. Jim laughing and dapping up G-Unit after years of sneak dissing. The comments were brutal. Yayo telling the truth. Jim been moving shady for years. That's when the embarrassment kicked in. Memes flooded timelines, calling Jim Harlem's biggest flip-flopper and the Dipset politician. Twitter was on fire. People saying, he just got checked by a soldier, not a CEO. And the coldest part? Yayo didn't even raise his voice. He exposed Jim with calm confidence. The kind that only comes from a man who's seen it all and doesn't need to fake anything.
Like I just said, we just came back off tour.
Yeah.
With Fifth, and we still touring. Still. And I do my own tours too for people. Yo.
You see,
I do my own tours. I did tours in Canada. I did a tour across the whole Germany and the Swiss Alps. And that's why I don't care about the hate. Cause I'm like, I got the possibility to do my own tour. Like something with Memphis Bleak. Memphis Bleak said Nori. Yayo said Jay-Z didn't have us on tour like he did, or I eat my own halal. I eat my own halal too, if you want to say that. To Meth Bleak, I just came off my last tour. All I'm saying is when you see Jay-Z in his setting, he never really, when he's doing a Beyonce show or whatever, you don't see Memphis Bleak on the stage and him being brought out. You know, even if I'm doing the hype man shit with 50, he's bringing me out. I'm making money. I'm going to.
That's that man girl too.
That's it. That's Hov's wife tour.
Yeah, that's Hov wife tour.
So if Hov, I believe if Hov was out on his own, he would bring Bleak out. There is no need for him to bring Bleak in a situation where it looked like if this was last tour you're talking about with the Cowboy Carter.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, because I look at Bleak as a loyal guy, like I'm a loyal guy to Jay. But I look at like Fifth, my guy Hervé, one day we had TRL, and it's the Young Gunners there.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to him out, and Hervé says loud, "You don't gotta worry about nothing. You got 50. Jay-Z doesn't do nothing for these guys like 50 does." And Hervé, I think he worked with them too. But he said that to me, and I always stuck.
To understand why this warning hits so deep, you gotta rewind to the early 2000s when the G-Unit versus Dipset tension first sparked. Back then, New York ran the rap game. On one side stood 50 Cent and G-Unit, on the other, Cameron and Dipset. Two giants, two boroughs, both chasing the same crown. It never turned into full-on war, but the rivalry was always bubbling, pride, ego, and that unmistakable New York energy. Jim Jones, always the loudest in Dipset, kept pushing the Harlem narrative, trying to remind everyone that Uptown runs the city. But 50 didn't need to talk, his legacy spoke for him. He built an empire from scratch, surviving shootouts, label beefs, and every trap the industry could set. He never had to prove he was real, his story already did that. That's why fans saw Jim's words as more envy than confidence. Fast forward to today, 50's a multi-millionaire mogul behind Power and BMF, while Jim's still stirring headlines by mentioning bigger names. So when 50 dropped that warning, it didn't sound like rapper versus rapper, it sounded like a boss reminding someone who's really in control. That quiet, dangerous, know your place kind of message.
Something Taylor Yayo said, Hov don't look out for me like 50 look out for him.
Oh, word? He said that?
I just want to clear that up. Hov don't have to.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right. Okay.
I'm chewing aloud on my own.
Right.
If Hov look out, I'm telling you, I'll be up there.
Right.
So when y'all see me out here, that's the Blizzle budget. But back to you, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just want to let niggas know Hov don't have to.
Right. So,
Then Yayo landed the real knockout punch, bringing up the infamous Dipset versus the Lox vs. Showdown. He said, "We all saw that night. Y'all pulled up unprepared and got smoked. No Harlem boss should ever go out like that." That line sent social media into chaos because everyone knew he wasn't lying. Dipset got completely outclassed by the Lox in one of the most one-sided versus battles ever. And since that night, Jim's been trying to rebuild his rep, picking new rivals every few months. Pusha T, Freddie Gibbs, Drake, whoever's trending. But this time, he aimed at the wrong camp. G-Unit might not dominate the charts anymore, but their respect in the streets? Untouched, especially Yayo, who's earned a reputation for raw, unfiltered truth. When clips surfaced of Jim's half-hearted clapback, fans immediately noticed something was off. Instead of dropping bars or coming with energy, he brushed it off, saying, "I ain't beefing with no washed rappers," but no one was buying it. One fan posted, "Yayo checked Jim like a big brother putting a loud nephew in his place." Another wrote, "When a soldier talks, the generals stay silent." By that point, it was over. Jim's so-called Harlem boss image had already started to crack.
This the difference between me and other niggas, right? Stack Bundles, one of my favorite rappers in the world.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
Stack
peace.
Ryan
Squad.
Rest in peace.
Far Rock,
Yep.
you understand? Jim Jones, he had Stack Bundles, he had Max B. I looked at it like, wait, you know. Stack Bundles, we had a Porsche and was still in the hood. No disrespect to Jim Jones. Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk out that barefoot.
Get the
See,
socks.
that's when a nigga love you, nigga. Get the socks, nigga. Sneakers Dior, nigga. But I'm walking out there barefoot. That's when you know a nigga love you, boy. Cause he making sure you don't get your shit split. Cause you go back to 134, anywhere, Baisley, right, Brooklyn, shit get split. Once I got shit, nigga shot my shit up. Bentleys and all that. Y'all can get that sneaker, just toss that over there. My shit's official. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look, but nigga put me in position. Rest in peace of Stack, but Stack got killed in the project with a Porsche.
Yeah.
Nigga, come on, nigga, I'm from the hood, nigga. Y'all niggas thought, nigga. I done been around the Black Justice and seen the Preems and all that, nigga. The E-Money bags, all that, nigga. The younger niggas under that.
So with everything you
Maserati Fox. Real nigga, huh?
So with everything that you saw, what would you change?
I just pray to God every time I leave the house.
But what would you change?
Change what?
Pass the cup. I heard you talk about all the shit you went through, all the shit niggas is still going through.
What God, listen, what God got planned for you is planned for you, brother. God already know what's planned for you in life.
God planned for you to come here and spaz on y'all niggas tonight.
I spaz?
I'm just saying it was a plan.
I mean, I do be on some Hollywood shit in Europe. I gotta stop. Something like, yo, stop talking about Europe. I don't, like, when you come here, you gotta deal with niggas.
Don't treat Vlad like that, bro. See how niggas is? See how niggas is,
nothing with Vlad.
He ain't treat Vlad like this. He ain't treat Vlad like this.
You have to do with Europe. When you go to...
See, this whole situation wasn't just about trash talk. Yayo's call-out cut a lot deeper. It went straight for Jim Jones's credibility. For years, Jim's moved like a certified street legend, always talking about being outside and keeping it real. But Yayo reminded everyone that realness isn't a brand. It's behavior. He said, being real ain't about interviews or cameras. It's about staying the same on and off the mic. And Jim don't match that energy. That line flipped the conversation completely. Suddenly, the focus wasn't just on the beef, it was on the truth behind the words. Social media lit up with debates about how today's rappers chase image over integrity. Fans started saying, Yayo's one of the last of the real ones. Loyal, solid, never switch sides. They called him the living code of hip-hop's old rules. Don't lie, don't fold, don't fake it. Meanwhile, Jim's name started getting dragged again. People began resurfacing old clips and stories, pointing out how he's been accused for years of crew hopping and rewriting his own come-up. Yayo even reminded folks that Jim wasn't always the Harlem boss he claims to be. Back in the day, he was Cameron's hype man. Cam gave him his first shot. And when that fell apart, Jim tried reinventing himself as the head of Bird Gang. Sure, he had a few hits, but the respect, it never matched the talk. And that's exactly what Yayo exposed. The gap between the image Jim sells and the history fans will never forget.
Say this. The problem is, when she was on the show, she had said that she had heard about you wasn't giving Stack money, but people don't know that when Stack asked you for the bread, you were going to the bank. I think the bank was closed. Something happened, because me and Bino talked about it. I remember being there, and you was going to give him
more money after the money he spent because we was on tour. He like, geez, I spent all that tour money, geez, on Pop, a bucket. Whatever he did, brought another Porsche, BMW. He like, yo, Pop, geez, you said a closed mouth don't get fed, geez, I'm Pop, geez, I'm hurting.
It's a fact.
And when I told him, I said, yo, go get 25 grand from the bank tomorrow. He like, oh, yo, what's up with that Wrangler truck? I'm like, I left that shit in Brooklyn. I don't even want that shit. I don't even know what block it's on. Matter of fact, it's by the car shop where I got the Maserati from. He like, you let me get that, geez. I'm like, go take it. You probably got to get a new key. He like, oh, I'm going to go get that tomorrow, geez. You different, geez. And we all know the rest of the story.
Why do you think that people have this misconception of what happened? Why do you think even her? Why do you think that, where did that come from?
Nobody likes to hear the truth.
Because we were there. Bino get mad all the time. And he gets offended. And he was one of the people that called me. He was like, that's not true. They think that, what they think is that Stack asked you, he told you he wanted to leave. They said that Stack told you he wanted to leave, he wanted to move, and you didn't move him out. But that's not true.
You want to hear that story? All right, for Stacks and them, I was about to buy Stacks, the kid Max and Melly, a whole brownstone in New Jersey. None of them wanted to leave the hood. And I was not about to waste my money. And that was what I offered them. I went shopping for the shit and all that type of shit.
Yeah, we remember that, right, Bass? We remember that. Shout out to Bass. I remember the conversation.
And I'm like, yo, you bugging. You want to, like, yo, you can go to the hood every day, but you're going to be living in Jersey. Like, you're going to be living better than, like, you heard? And you don't have to worry about paying for no rent or nothing like that. I'm just trying to get you niggas out the hood. Melly, too. Melly ended up getting shot, right? Like none of these would listen, and everything that happened that you know can happen in the hood end up happening and shit like that. You know what I mean? But everything to try to protect them for what I know could have happened to them, I tried. You heard? From getting all of his cars to getting all these everything you can imagine, everything. Private jets, Miami, hundreds of thousands in one weekend, 2 tour buses at Atlanta. Like, cannot front on how I had my boys moving. And I'm only talking about this because you was there, and you and Stacks were best friends, were Bino, couple others and like that. Other than I don't even talk to people about Stacks and what went on, but we were setting it out. This was not on our level when we was moving, and no way.
Soon after Yayo's live went viral, fans started digging deep. Old interviews and throwback clips of Jim Jones praising G-Unit and hanging with 50 began flooding timelines. Moments where he called 50 a real businessman and visionary. Now, those same clips were being stitched right next to Yayo's roast, making Jim look like the ultimate flip-flopper. And you already know the internet doesn't forgive or forget. Once people smell weakness, it's over. Even a few OG rappers quietly liked Yayo's post, silent but deadly approval. Some of them were probably just done with Jim's constant loud talk. For years, he's taken aim at everyone from French Montana to Pusha T, staying relevant off controversy instead of consistency. But this time, the backlash hit different because Yayo's name holds weight. You can't call him a liar when everyone knows he's been 50's day one soldier long before the spotlight. The streets started saying, Jim just got exposed by a man who never needed attention to prove himself. And that's the key. Yayo didn't chase this moment. He wasn't out for clout or clicks. He simply set the record straight. And in doing so, he didn't just humble Jim. He reminded hip-hop what loyalty and authenticity still mean. Now Jim's in full damage control mode, posting designer fits, flashy cars, and focus on business captions. But the fans aren't buying it. Every post is flooded with Yayo memes and comments like, "You begged 50 for that feature, remember? Dipset never truly bounced back from that Versus loss. And now this just added another L." Every new Jim post turns into a roast session. Even bloggers who usually ride for him are staying quiet, because honestly, there's no spin that can fix what Yayo exposed. Meanwhile, Yayo's chilling, cool, composed, doing interviews and standing firm. He said, "Ain't no hate for Jim. I just speak facts. Some rappers act like legends, but they still living off old hype." That line hit harder than any diss track could. It wasn't hate, it was accountability. Fans started seeing the pattern for what it was. Jim's whole run has been built more on noise than truth. Every time the spotlight fades, he stirs up another feud, trends for a week, drops a track, and repeats the cycle. But this time, he picked the wrong target. Tony Yayo doesn't chase fame, he protects loyalty. And that's a different kind of power. As the dust settles, one truth stands tall. Jim's image took a real hit. You can flex designer and shine bright, but when a man with real stripes questions your credibility, all that glitter turns hollow. Fans are calling it the fall of fake Harlem energy. Poetic justice after years of slick talk. Because Jim Jones wasn't destroyed by a diss, he was destroyed by truth. Tony Yayo exposed him for what he is, a loud talker in a culture that still respects silence, loyalty, and legacy. And the wildest part? Yayo never wanted smoke. He just reminded the world of one timeless law. In hip-hop, image might sell, but authenticity? That lasts forever.